Daf Yomi Tractate, Sanhedrin, page 109, B, top of the page, with the word De'isle Torah. Let anyone who has one ox, we're talking about the weird, convoluted, wicked ways of the city of Sodom. And so, just to start the story, the bottom of 109a, the people of Sodom would say, anyone who has one ox shall herd the city's oxen for 1 day. Anyone who does not have any oxen shall herd the city's oxen for 2 days. The Gemara relates that they gave oxen to a certain orphan, the son of a widow, to herd. He went, he took them, and he killed them. The orphan said to the people of Sodom, and we're on top of 109b, De'isle Torah nishkolcha mashkadrez le Torah nishkol tre mashke amrule mai hai amar lehu sof dina ketchila dina ma tchila dina de'isle Torah mare chad yom adlet le Torah mare tre yome af sof dina de'isle chad Torah lishkol chad le Torah lishkol tre. Let anyone who has one ox take one and hide, and let anyone who does not have an ox take 2 hides. The people of Sodom said to the orphan, what is the reason for this? The orphan said to them, the ultimate rule is parallel to the initial rule. Just as the initial rule is that anyone who has one ox shall herd the city's animals for 1 day, and anyone who does not have any oxen shall herd the city's animal for 2 days. So too, the ultimate rule is that anyone who has one ox take 1 hide, and let anyone who does not have any ox take 2 hides. Okay. Di'avar b'mabara nitev chad zuzah דלא עבר במעברה ניתב תרה תהווה תורה דרה דירנעתי כל אחד ואחד משקל חדה אמר לי אנא חדה דשקלי דהווה שני תומי או שמחה אותו כל אחד ואחד שקל חדה אמר לי אנא חדה דשקלי. Furthermore, they declared in Sodom, let one who crosses on a ferry give 1 dinner as payment. Let one who does not cross on the ferry but walks in the river give 2 dinners. In addition, when there was anyone who had a row of bricks, each and every one of the people of Sodom would come and take 1 brick and say to him, I'm taking only 1, and you are certainly not particular about so inconsequential item. And they would do this until none remained. And when there was anyone who would cast garlic or onions to dry, each and every one of the people of Sodom would come and take 1 and say to him, I only took 1 garlic or onion. And they would do this until none remained. Arba dayone hayo besdom shakrai v'shakroai zayefai matzile dina Timachile leitita techabri mafnele amule havan nehele v'niebra nibre neheleach dipasikle leudna dechamra dechavre amule havan nehele adikadcha dipadale dechavre amrile havle agra dishakalach dema. There were 4 judges in Sodom, and they were named for their actions. Shakrai, meaning liar, and Shakurai, habitual liar, Zayafai, forger, and Matzledina, perverter of justice. These were the judgments that they rendered. In the case of one who strikes the wife of another and causes her to miscarry, they would say to the woman's husband, give the woman to the one who struck her, so that she will be impregnated for you again. In a case of one who severed the ear of another's donkey, they would say to the owner of the donkey, "Give the donkey to the one who caused the damage until the ear goes back." In a case of one who wounds another, they would say to the injured party, Give the one who wounded you a fee, as to be a bloodletter, if you have a bloodletter. Okay. Right. Davir mai havi tamne temanaya zuz zimna temanaya zuz zimna chada. Ata hu koves ikla leatam. Amar le hav arba azuze. Amar lahu ana b'maya amari le im ken hav temanaya diavart b'maya lo ilhav pidura ata likame didayana. Amar le hav le agra lishakilach demad utmanaya zuze diavad b'maya. And they instituted an ordinance: one who crossed the river on a ferry gives 4 dinars, and one who crossed the river in the water gives 8 dinars. One time a certain launderer came and arrived there. The people of Sodom said to him, "Give 4 dinars as payment for the ferry." He said to them, "I crossed in the water." They said to him, "If so, give 8 dinars, as you crossed in the water." He did not give the payment. They struck him and wounded him. He came before the judge to seek compensation. The judge said to him, "Give your assailant a fee, as he let your blood, and 8 dinars as you cross the river of the water." Eliezer Eved Abraham it Rami Hatam Yohi Ata Lekame Daina Amarle Havle Agre Shakala Dimashakel Glarab Due Padie Ihu Daine Amar My High Amarle Agra Dinafili Minach Havni Hele Lahazuz Didi Kidikami Kaimi. Eliezer, a servant of Abraham, happened to come there, and they wounded him. He came before the judge to seek compensation. The judge said to him, "Give your assailant a fee, as he let your blood." He took a stone and wounded the judge. The judge says, "What is this?" Eliezer said to me, "The fee that is to be paid to me by you, give it to that person who wounded me, and my money will remain where it remains." Avilehu puraita diavu magniale orchin ki marich kaizile ki gutz matchin le Eliezer Eved Abraham ikla lehatam amri lekum gniya puria amar ho nidra min yom mitatima lo ganina apuria. The Gemara continues to discuss the sins of the people of Sodom. They had beds on which they would lay their guests. When a guest was longer than the bed, they would cut him. And when the guest was shorter than the bed, they would stretch him. Eliezer, servant of Abraham, happened to come there. They said to him, "Come lie on the bed." He said to them, "I took a vow that since the day my mother died, I do not lie on a bed." Kiyava mitramelu anya yahavu lekol chad v'chad dinara k'tiv sheme'aleh v'riftaru avo mimatele yav mayet ate kol chad v'chad shakil lideh. When a poor person would happen to come to Sodom, each and every person would give a dinar, and the name of the giver was written on each dinar. And they would not give or sell him bread, so that he could not spend the money and would die of hunger. Well, They would all give him money, and then they wouldn't give him bread, so that they could not spend the money and would die of hunger. When he would die, each and every person would come and take his dinar. Atenu benaihu kol man mizaman gavra nabi hilula nishlach klima abiha hilula ikla Eliezer lihatam lo yavre nahama kibail mesarata Eliezer yatam zir kule amle ma yezavanach lehacha ma le lehudi ativ Ata zemen dan amar dilma sham'i bi dan azmente umishalche le ma'ane dai gavra shakal glima hu diativ ham kabir ham devara b'chel amad hulehu adilaf yikulehu be'achlai hu lesuudata. This is what the people of Sodom stipulated among themselves. Whoever invites a man to a wedding, his cloak will be removed. There was this wedding, and Eliezer, servant of Abraham, arrived there, and they did not give him bread. When he sought to dine, Eliezer came and sat at the end behind everyone. He said to him, "Who invited you here?" He said to the one sitting next to him, "You invited me here." The man said to himself, "Perhaps they will hear that I invited him, and they will remove the garment of that man," referring to himself. The one who sat next to him took his cloak and ran outside, and likewise Eliezer did the same for all of them until they all left. He ate the meal. Oh, Havia, he Avita, Diod Kamab Karifta, Lianya, Lichazba, Igalai, Milta Shibuya, Dusha. ואוקמוה על איגר שורה אותו זיבורי ואכלוה והיינו דכתיב ויאמר השם זעקת סדום ועמורה היא רבה ואמר יהודה רב על איסקריבה. There was a young woman who would take bread out to the poor in a pitcher so the people of Sodom could not see it. The matter was revealed, and they smeared her with honey and positioned her on the wall of the city, and the hornets came and consumed her. And that is the meaning of that which is written, and the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great. Sodom 18:20. Genesis 18:20. Rabbi Yehuda says that Rav says, Rav is an allusion to the matter of the young woman, Riva, who was killed for her act of kindness. It is due to that sin that the fate of the people of Sodom was sealed. Viragli melehem chelik lo yilamo shneimar b'musa anashim motzai dibat haaretz ra b'magifa v'mutu b'olam hazeh b'magifa lo yilamo. The nation of the ancient spies who spreading a report of their visit to Canaan have no share in the world to come, as it is stated. And those men who spread the evil report about the land died by plague before the Lord. Numbers 14:37. And died indicates in this world, but by plague indicates for the world to come. Adas koirach ein chilik lo yilamo shnimar v'tachas עליהם האורץ ולבזה יברד וגול לעולם הבא דברי רבי עקיבא רבי אליעזר אומר עליהם אמר הכתוב השם במסובכם ומוריד שאול וירח. The members of the assembly of Korah will share the world to come, as it is stated, and the earth closed upon them. Numbers 16:33, meaning in this world, and also they perished from among the assembly. Numbers 16:33, meaning in the world to come. This is the statement of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Eliezer says about the assembly of Korah, the verse states, the Lord kills and makes alive. He lowers the grave and raises. 1 Samuel 2:6, indicating that the assembly of Korah has a share in the world to come. Tanu Rabbanan. Adas Koyach in them Chilik, Lamahama Shem Adas, or Chasim Haaretz, when was it? Rabbi Yehuda v'seh oimer hen כבד המתבקשת שנאמר תהיתי כזה עובד בקש עבדך כי מצוותיך לא שכחתי. Okay. The sages taught in Brayta to Sefta 13:9. The members of the assembly of Korah have no share in the world to come, as it is stated, and the earth closed upon them, Numbers 16:33, meaning in this world, and also they perished from among the assembly, Numbers 16:33, meaning in the world to come. This is the statement of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera says, although it says that they perished, they are like a lost item that is sought, ultimately found, and rehabilitated, as it is stated, I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek out your servant, for I do not forget your mitzvot. Psalms 119, 176. Okay. ויקח קורח, אמר ריש לקיש שלקח מהן, ויקח רע לעצמו. Continuing, we were with the words Vikach Korach. Amrish Lakish Lakach Mikach Ra Liatzmo Mekach Mikach Ra Liatzmo Korach Shinase Korach Israel Ben Yisor Ben Shehirtiach Alav Et Kol HaOlam Kisaraim Ben Kahat Ben Shehikaha Shine Molidav ben Levi ben Shinas Levia Begehenum. Apropos, Korach, the Gemara proceeds to interpret the verses written concerning him. And Korach, son of Yitzhar, son of Kohath, son of Levi, took. Veikach, Numbers 16:1. It doesn't say what he took, so we're going to explain what he took. Rish Lakish says he purchased a bad acquisition for himself. Okay, he took something, he took a bad acquisition, as through his actions he drove himself from the world. Korach alludes to the fact that because of him a void, Korach, was created in the children of Israel. Son of Yitzhar is referring to a son who incited the wrath of the entire world upon him like the heat of afternoon. Sahoraim, son of Kahat, is referring to a son who blunted the teeth of his parents, meaning that he shamed them with his conduct. Son of Levi is referring to a son who became an escort in Gehenna. V'dichshov nami ben Yaakov ben she'akav atzmo legehenom. Amar Shmuel bar Rav Yitzchak Yaakov bikesh rachamim al atzmo. שנאמר בסדום אל תבוא נפשי בכהלם אל תחת כבודי. בסדום אל תבוא נפשי אלא ברגלים, בקלתם אל תחד כבודי זה das Korach. The Gemara asks, but if Korach lineage is being interpreted disparagingly, why not let the Torah also include the son of Jacob, Yaakov, and interpret it as son who contorted himself until he reached Gehenna? Rav Shmuel bar Rav Yitzchak says Jacob prayed for mercy for himself that his name would not be included in the lineage of Korach, as it is said, let my soul not come into their council, to their assembly let my honor not be united. Genesis 49:6. Let my soul not come into their council. These are the spies. Jacob prayed that his name would not be mentioned in their regard to their assembly. Let my honor not be united. This is referring to the assembly of Korach. It's dasan she'avar al das shalabiram she'iber atzmoi ma'aso ishuva v'oin sheyashav beninus peles shenasu lo pelois ben Ruvain ben Shiro v'Hevi. The Gemara proceeds to interpret the names of Korach's cohorts. Datan and Abiram, the sons of Eliav, and On, the son of Peled, the sons of Ruvain. Numbers 16 verse 1. Datan is one who violated the precepts, the dot of God. Abiram is one who braced. He bare himself from repenting. And On refers to one who sat in acute mourning, Aninut, over the sin that he committed, and he repented and was spared. Pelet is one of the wonders, Plaot, were performed. The son of Ruin is a son who saw and understood Ra the Havin, the nature of what was transpiring, and repented. Amarav On ben Peles ishto hitzilato. Amra le mai nafka leach mina imar Rabba ant tamida v'imar Rabba ant talmida amar la mai avid have be'etzav ishta ba'i li be'adayim amar le yidan dechol kanishta kadishta ninhu dichtiv hi chol ha'eda kulam kidushim amar le tuv de'ana matzel nalach ashkite chamra be'arvite ve'agnite gavai otva vitva al bava. Rav says the son of Pelet did not repent on his own, rather his wife saved him. She said to him, "What is the difference to you? If this master Moses is the great one, you are the student, and if this master Korach is the great one, you are the student. Why are you involving yourself in this matter?" On said to her, "What shall I do? I was one of those who took counsel, and I took an oath with them that I would be with them." She said to him, "I know that the entire assembly is holy, and it is written for all the assemblies holy." Numbers 16, verse 3. And they observe the restrictions of modesty. She said to him, "Sit, for I will save you." She gave him wine to drink and caused him to become drunk and laid him on a bed inside her tent. She sat at the entrance of the tent.